You girls have been asking for this video for so long, so here it is, all the glow up secrets that I wish I knew in college. But keep in mind that glowing up does not necessarily mean having to invest tons of money into your appearance or into your glow up. You will still need some money because nothing comes free, but glowing up, especially in college, is all about setting the foundation for the rest of your life. Cultivating the small, repeatable habits that will eventually determine how you look, how you feel, and how you show up in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, essentially for the rest of your life. We are discussing exactly those habits in this video. Honestly, this is the most detailed guide that you will get on college glow-ups ever. And I have divided the video into different sections so you can skip around to whatever is relevant for you. I would recommend watching the whole thing through, but just in case you want to skip around, here are the timestamps on screen. I've also made a downloadable PDF for all of the points so that you can print it out and refer to it whenever you need them. Link is in the description, and we are starting off with section number 1, your mindset glow up. Now, before we get into skincare or outfits or how to make your boring routine Pinterest worthy, let us get this straight. The most powerful transformation that you will go through in college is internal. And trust me, it matters more than anything you will ever wear or post online. I wasn't always stylish in college. I did not have a full face of makeup or a wardrobe with branded clothes, but I was grounded, I was confident, I was very sure of myself, and that reflected in how I showed up. So let's talk about what really makes you glow from the inside out. Number 1, stop playing small. In school, it was all about obedience and marks and fitting in. I never really felt like I had a say in school, right? You had to listen to what your parents said, what your teacher said. But college is where you get to expand. Nobody is holding your hand anymore. You have space to try things, say things, be somebody. And that is exactly what you need to do. Figure out a way to be present, to be seen, and to have your voice heard. How I did this? Sitting in the first 3 rows in class, volunteering at a yoga NGO, volunteering with an animal shelter, teaching yoga classes, freelancing, taking up creative projects. And because of all that, people saw me as confident, even though I wasn't really focusing on my appearance. So please take up space, be the girl who tries, the girl who's not afraid to show up or mess up or speak up. That is how confidence is built. Number 2, learn the power of no. If you're anything like me, you probably grew up being told to respect authority, to listen to your elders, to avoid being difficult. And while those values can be beautiful and helpful sometimes, they can also quietly teach us to ignore our own boundaries. Most people don't have a concept of boundaries when they come into college, right? And that shows up everywhere. You say yes to group work when you're exhausted. You go along with plans you don't want to be a part of. You let people overstep just because you don't want to seem uncool. But here is the thing. Boundaries do not make you rude or uncool. They make you healthy. Learning to say no, that does not work for me, I need some space right now, is a part of becoming a self-respecting adult. You're not in school anymore. You do not need a hall pass to protect your peace. Mindset tip number 3, shift from comparison to curiosity. There will always be someone who's prettier than you, who's smarter than you, who's fitter than you, who's richer, who's more popular. And it is so easy to spiral into, why am I not like her mindset? But one mindset shift that can change everything for you is, instead of comparing yourself to that person, get curious. Why is she doing things differently? How did she build that confidence? What habits made her stand out? Stop seeing other girls as competition, start seeing them as inspiration. Because when you do this, you take your power back. You stop shrinking, you start learning, and that is the energy shift that takes you from I'm not enough to I'm on my way, baby. Tip number 4 of your mindset shift is to romanticize discipline. I'm gonna be honest, glowing up isn't always exciting. It's not all transformation montages and shopping hauls, no matter what the movies tell you. Most of your glowing up journey is going to be quiet and boring. It is choosing to work on your freelance project when your friends are chilling. It is waking up to practice yoga when nobody is watching. But you can make it easier by romanticizing those moments. I would make my to-do lists look cute. I would play music while studying, create cozy routines that made me want to show up. That is what discipline looks like in your 20s. Not perfection, but consistency. And when you make it enjoyable, it becomes a part of who you are. And point number 5 of your mindset glow up, start speaking to yourself with respect. This one is huge and nobody is really going to teach it to you. You cannot glow up if the voice in your head is constantly tearing you down. Saying things like you're not good enough, you always mess up, you don't look good, nobody likes you. Would you say these things to a friend? Then why are you saying them to yourself? College is the time to build your self-respect, not to destroy it. So catch those thoughts, replace them with kinder, more grounded thoughts. Tell yourself that you're still figuring it out. It's okay to not to be perfect, and you should be proud of how far you've come. The way you talk to yourself becomes your reality. And right now, at 19, at 20, at 21, the habits that you build, including your self-talk, will shape how you treat yourself for the rest of your life. So start choosing words that honor the woman that you are becoming. This brings me to section number 2, and I think this is the one that most college girls have been awaiting, and that is your beauty section. Now, college is probably going to be the first time you're fully in charge of how you look, how you take care of yourself. And that's super exciting, but it can also get overwhelming, right? Because every day there's a new product on Instagram, every day there's a new skincare trend, Korean and then glass skin and all of that jazz, and everybody has a different opinion on what works. But glowing up does not mean you have to try every trendy product. It does not mean you have to do everything. It just means finding what works for you and sticking to the basics to keep you looking good and feeling confident all of the time. So here is how you will get started with this. First, you are going to build a 4-step skincare routine. Keep it simple, keep it consistent. You do not need 10 steps, even if you do have the budget, because your skin right now is young, it is nascent, it is still developing, which is why you also don't need all of the products you see on Instagram, right? Definitely not retinol. That is something you should only start post 25, and that too after consulting a dermat. What you need is just 4 simple steps. Step 1, cleansing. You need a gentle but thorough cleanser, and yes, you can double cleanse with the same cleanser. This should be based on your skin type. Here are a few budget recommendations based on different skin types. Next step is your treatment. Now, a lot of people will say that you should use a toner. Personally, I've not found much success with toners earlier, even now, and I think serums are a much better investment because they target the skin concern that you have, whether that is acne, whether that's hyperpigmentation, whether that's tanning, whatever it is, right? Your treatment or your serum step will be the most important step to tackle your skincare concerns. Again, there are a lot of different types of concerns and a lot of different types of ingredients that tackle similar concern, but I'm giving you a simplified overview of a few different common ingredients and what they're used for, so that when you pick your serum, you can make an informed choice, right? So if you have oily, acne-prone skin, serums with niacinamide and salicylic acid work really, really well. If you have dry skin, serums with hyaluronic acid are great because they provide added hydration. For pigmentation, scars and marks, ingredients like vitamin C, tranexamic acid, lactic acid, kojic acid, these work great. And on top of that, if you spend a lot of time in pollution, dirt, outside, and you want to exfoliate your skin on a regular basis, ingredients like glycolic acid and lactic acid work great. Now, this is not an exhaustive list. What you can do is input your skin type, take a couple of pictures, put them in ChatGPT and ask it to generate a skin profile, and use that to determine what kind of serum will be the best for your skin type. But whatever I've shared still gives you an overview of what to look for. Now, brands that are great at creating serums, and my personal favorite are Minimalist, the Dermaco, and Wishcare, and all of these have budget serums as well, so you can go try them out. Now, step 3 of your skincare routine is to moisturize, which is the next step after your treatment step. Again, the moisturizer you use should be in line with what your skin type is and what your skin needs. Just keep in mind that you do not need moisturizers with a ton of ingredients. You've already taken care of that in your treatment step. So all you need here is something that locks in those active ingredients and keeps your skin hydrated. Now, here are a few good moisturizer options based on different skin types. You can take your pick based on your budget and your skin type. And step number 4, the final step of your skincare routine, is your sunscreen. Mind you, this is only during the day, which means at night you will only have a 3-step skincare routine. Now, in college, you are invariably getting a lot more sun exposure and pollution exposure, so this step is a must. It helps prevent skin aging, it reduces risk of skin cancer. Again, here's a list on screen of different sunscreens for different skin types. You can choose one that fits your needs. And that's it. Your skincare is done. That is all that you need to do in college. Nothing extra. I will say though that if you have recurring skin conditions, you might have eczema, or you might have hormonal acne or cystic acne, or things that are not getting cured by the skincare that you're using, then you need to go see a dermatologist, because dermatologists are trained to treat your skin. Now, after your skin, we come to your hair care. This is the second part of your beauty glow up. I know that you want to experiment with your hair, and You do you. If you want to go ahead and get them colored, try that. Try a few different styles. I'm just going to give you a 5-step recipe or routine to keep your hair strong, healthy, and manageable. Step 1, of course, is hair oil. 1 to 2 times a week before you shampoo your hair. Do not do this if you have dandruff, but otherwise, go for it. It gives you protection, it gives you hydration, strength, everything. Here are a few options if you want to do hair growth, if you have dry hair, etc, etc. Just keep on the lookout. You can try any of these. Then of course you're going to shampoo as often as needed. You do not need to put hair oil more than twice a week, but shampoo as often as needed, even if it is every single day. No, it is not going to dry out your scalp. No, it is not harmful. What is more harmful is dirt and sweat and gunk all sitting there in your scalp and then causing problems like fungal infections or loss of circulation to your scalp or just blocking your hair follicles, and that is not something that you want. You want to use a mild shampoo that suits your hair type. Whether it is full of sulfates or free of sulfates, it does not matter. Sulfates are not ruining your hair. If you sweat a lot, if you're out in the dust a lot, shampoos with sulfates are actually more helpful. Again, here are a couple of options for you to check out. Again, for all of these options that I'm sharing, they're also going to be in the description. You can take a screenshot here, or you can just click on the links below and they will take you to the respective products. Also, just keep in mind that the recommendations I'm sharing are recommendations. They are not holy grails. So if you try something out and it doesn't work for you, does not mean you have to stick to it just because I said so. If you try it out, it doesn't work, you have to switch up your product so that you find one that suits your hair type, your skin type, your scalp type, whatever it is, right? Then step 3 of your hair care is of course conditioner. No matter how conditioning your shampoo says it is, you are never going to skip conditioner, right? Conditioner basically closes up your hair shaft, which gets opened when you're washing it. So it helps strengthen your hair length. It also helps protect it from further damage, from heat damage, and it makes sure that your hair does not get frizzy. If you have oily hair or limp hair, you might want to choose lighter conditioners. And if you have very dry hair, you might want to choose conditioner options that are more like masks. Again, here are the few options that I found and that I think can be great for your hair depending on your hair type. Step 4 is your hair serum. A serum is basically your leave-in protector. If you're somebody who wants to try heat styling, if you want to start getting into, curling and straightening your hair and all of that jazz, serum is a must. It is a must regardless because it also makes your hair easier to manage and tangle free throughout the day. Plus, it also protects you from pollutants. A lot of the serums out there also have SPF protection, and you will find them in the options that I'm sharing with you here. And number 5, and this one's optional, is dry shampoo. Personally, for me, this has been a lifesaver. So if you're somebody who has an oily scalp and dry hair, dry shampoo can be a really great investment because on days that you can't wash your hair but you still need an oil-free scalp, this really comes in handy. My favorite, of course, is the prettiest dry shampoo, but it is on the expensive side. So a few good, cheaper alternatives are here. Now, after your hair care, we come to your makeup. College is when you start experimenting with your looks with makeup, and that's absolutely amazing. I started experimenting with makeup at the end of class 12. I did not have pocket money till then. I only got it in, college. And that's when I started buying my own makeup, and I absolutely loved it. Now, you do not need to go all in and do a full glam face of makeup every single day. What you need to do is create a signature daily makeup look, which you can honestly achieve with just 5 products, right? First is BB cream or skin tint, because that just evens out your skin tone, makes you feel like you're glowing from within. Here are the product recommendations. Then the second is concealer if it's needed. I think it's a good idea to invest in concealer because at this stage in life, you can start to learn how to apply concealer properly so that by the time that you get out of college and you start working, you're already a pro at doing this. Again, here are the options. Then there is kajal and eyeliner. I would suggest buying both, but if you only have the budget for one, you can go for either kajal or eyeliner depending on how you prefer to apply it. I personally love eyeliner, have loved it ever since I first apply it. I'm not more of a kajal person, so my investment used to heavily go into eyeliners. But if you're a kajal person, if your eyelids are not oily like mine, because if I put kajal on top, it will get smudged and cover my whole eyelid, and that's not something that I enjoy. Here are the products. Then of course there is mascara because it lengthens your lashes, gives them that flirty look. It makes them look fuller and luscious, and that's always a good look to have. It also makes you look more awake, and that's sometimes helpful in class, honestly. And finally, a tint, which you can use both on your cheeks and your lips. Now, I am heavily into tints. I use them for everything from my eyeshadow to my blush to my lips. I have used tints for as long as I can remember. I am more of a tint person than a lipstick, lip gloss, or any sort of like other lip product person, and they are so versatile. Here are a couple options. Also, they give you a very flushed from within look, which I don't think can be achieved through a lot of like lipsticks and other lip products or like other blush products. You might want to give it a try. Additionally, if you have the budget, you can also add a few more things like a contour stick or a lip gloss if you want your lips to be more juicy, shiny. All of that. Now we come to section number 3, which is your body glow up. Now this isn't about achieving random beauty standards. It's about creating energy and strength and confidence in your own body. Because when you take care of your physical health, it shows up in everything from your posture and your mood to your skin and your vibe. And no, this does not require expensive gym memberships or fancy superfoods, because the last time I made a glow up video, a lot of people were like, oh, you need to be rich to be able to do this. Honestly, girls, one thing that I will tell you, and I will come back to it in the last section of this video. Yes, you need to be rich to be able to live a fulfilling life, which is why on this channel I keep urging you to work towards financial independence from the get-go. Do that, and then you will not have to look for budget options. You will be able to spend money on things that improve the quality of your life, right? That being said, the options that I'm talking about today do not require you to do that. So here is how you glow up from the inside out. 1, move your body daily, even if it is a little bit. It's not about weight loss, it's about feeling strong, clear-headed, grounded. Working out shifts your entire mood, especially when you're navigating stress and PMS and college deadlines. So a few things you can do: walk 8 to 10k steps every single day. You can track with your phone, or you can buy a budget smartwatch, you know, like the Boat ones, and use them to track your steps either. You can follow YouTube workouts like Pilates, yoga, bodyweight strength, calisthenics. You can take the stairs, you can stretch in between class. You can do 10 squats while you're brushing your teeth, or 10 squats after you're done eating your meal. The idea is to make movement an intrinsic part of your life and not make it a punishment. Here are a couple of free YouTube channels you can actually try. Absolutely love them, and they're doing great work with free workouts. You will enjoy them a lot. The second part of your body glow up is to eat like you love yourself. You do not need to be on a diet. College is your time to try new cuisines and explore new flavors and all of that, but you do need to fuel your body with respect. What you eat impacts your hormones, your mood, your skin, your energy levels. College food can be a mess. You can eat out and eat a lot of junk food, but there are a few small changes that you can make that will allow you to make your meal choices a lot more holistic, right? First, add protein to every meal. Paneer, eggs, tofu, chicken, fish, curd, even protein shakes, whey powder, or protein bars. The Indian ones are not the best, so that would be my last option. But if there's nothing else, they're still better than just eating, you know, full chocolate, right? So even if you're eating out, eat protein and fiber first, and then you get into the rest of the things, right? Second thing you want to do is carry around healthy snacks with you in your college bag. That could be roasted makhanas or a trail mix or fruits. Again, protein bars. 3, hydrate. 2 to 3 liters of water a day. I was so surprised when I was in college that people forgot to drink water. I've been there, so I put like a app on my phone, free apps that remind you to drink every hour or every 2 hours, but you need to hydrate yourself. You can add lemon to it, you can add fruits to it, you can add jeera, haldi for that Ayurvedic touch, whatever floats your boat. The idea is to drink water. A lot of it. Then you want to limit packaged foods and excess sugar. I know sugar is one thing that college kids are like notorious about consuming, because it's in everything. Whatever you find in your canteen, if you're going out to eat, if you drink shakes or lemonades, whatever, it will have sugar. So the more you can limit it, the better it is for your skin, for your overall health, for your well-being. Step number 3 of your body glow up is to smell good always. Looking good is one thing, but smelling good, that makes you unforgettable. And no, it's not about expensive perfumes. It is about basic hygiene and layering scents so that they leave an impression. So shower every day goes without saying. I still know people who don't shower every day, but you need to do it, girls. Use a body wash or a soap and make sure you clean your under armpits thoroughly. This means when you lather it up or when you apply soap on your underarms, you leave it on there for like 2 minutes so that the soap can work and it can take off all of the bacteria with it. Then after that, after you shower, you want to use a roll-on deodorant. Be Body Wise has a great one that lasts all day and just curbs that odor and does not impact, like does not leave. Nivea also has a couple of great roll-ons. Personally, Be Body Wise is a preferable one. Then once you're done with that, you're gonna apply body lotion, whatever body lotion works for you, on your skin and especially on your pulse points. And on that, you are going to spray a body mist or a perfume that is in your budget. I'm gonna link a couple here. Again, you can see these are all great. I absolutely love the scent of these. The brands sent them to me, but I'm already through with all of the bottles, right? They absolutely smell divine and they also last very, very long. And make sure you also spritz a couple of like spritz on your clothes as well on the back of your hair, and that makes the scent last so much longer. On top of that, make sure you keep wet wipes and a mini perfume in your college bag for refreshing yourself, especially if you're out and about for the whole day. And if you want to further improve your body odor, natural body odor, once a week you can use glycolic acid if your skin tolerates it on your underarms. Like after you're done bathing, you can just take glycolic acid, the minimalist one, on a cotton pad, swipe your underarms with it, and helps exfoliate your underarms. I would suggest doing this at night and not in the day, especially if you wear sleeveless, because that will mean added sun exposure and that can irritate your skin, cause harm, expose it to more UV rays, and you don't want that. Step number 4 of your body care is to build a basic hygiene and body routine. This is the unsung hero of glowing up. So this is what you need to do. 1. Shave, wax, thread, however you prefer. There's no pressure to do this, no need to do this. Personally, I do not like body hair too much, so when I remove it, I feel very refreshed. But if you're somebody who's okay keeping their body hair, you do you, girl. Just make sure you keep it clean. Then you're going to exfoliate once a week with a bath glove or a DIY home scrub you can make using coffee, sugar and salt, olive oil, and that works really great to just exfoliate your skin. You are going to keep your feet clean and your nails trimmed. Now, a lot of you I know will want to experiment with nail art and nail polish, and that's absolutely great. Just make sure that you're not walking around with cracked heels or with chipped nails. If nails chip, you can carry around these small like nail polish remover pad thingies. They just remove it and then you have clean nails underneath, and that looks a lot more aesthetic, a lot cleaner than just having chipped nail polish, right? You're going to use body lotion daily, especially on your elbows, your knees, your hands, things that tend to get dry over time. You are going to have a packet of panty liners on you at most times. This is one of the most underrated products for non-period days. You can use them for long college hours during hot weather, and that just helps you stay dry down there, stay fresh, does not let sweat accumulate, and it's so much more comfortable when you're wearing them. And ideally, always keep a pair of spare underwear in your bag. Trust me, there can be real emergencies. It just is helpful, okay? I have been through a fair share of emergencies. The first time, I just did not have anything else on me, but having an underwear in your bag is very helpful. Also, if you can afford it, a pack of intimate wipes and toilet sanitizing spray, especially when you're using public bathrooms and you do not want to use like the toilet paper that is there in the bathroom because you don't know who's touched it and you don't want to sit on a dirty seat. Be safe, and intimate wipes are a boon. They're godsend. And if you're somebody who's staying in a hostel or sharing a room, periods panties can also be a game changer. They're reusable, they're leak proof, they're more comfortable than pads for overnight use. So you might want to give them a try. And of course, it goes without saying, basics like hand sanitizer and moisturizer and all of that should be in your bag, right? And step number 5 here is having a hostel hygiene routine if you stay in a hostel or a PG, essentially if you stay away from home. First, invest in a reusable shower filter. Hard water is the most common in most hostels and can cause hair fall, dry scalp, acne, dry skin. A basic one like this one from Amazon can be a game changer for your shower routine, and it's reusable, which means you can unscrew it and take it with you wherever you go. Next, make sure you always have flip-flops or chappals for your shower. Hostel bathrooms are shared spaces. Even if you have like one dorm room which 3 girls are sharing or 4 girls are sharing, it is still a shared space. And foot fungus is a very, very common infection that people get from bathrooms in shared spaces. So have your chappals on you. Do not go to the bathroom without your chappals, right? A pair from Decathlon, very cheap, very affordable, very useful. Also, keep at least 2 to 3 sets of bed sheets and pillowcases that you can rotate on a weekly basis. Yes, a weekly. You are bound to catch a lot of dust, धूल, pollution, mitti, people sitting on your bed with outside clothes when you are living, in a hostel in a PG. So make sure you change your bed sheets and your pillowcases weekly. Take a couple from home. It should be good enough to last you the entire year. Lastly, ditch your bulky cotton towels. You can grab a Decathlon microfiber quick dry towel. It is under 100 rupees. It dries super fast, saves space, perfect for hostel routines, right? Coming to section number 4, which is your brain and your confidence glow up. This is the part that most people skip when they talk about a glow up. But honestly, you tell me how important this is, right? You can look amazing, but if your brain feels foggy, you can't speak up in a group, or you just don't trust yourself, it's going to show in your confidence. This is about becoming the kind of girl who backs herself in every situation. How do you do this? Number 1, read 1 book a month. Start easy, 1 book a month is super easy to do. Reading gives you language ideas, confidence, it sharpens how you think, it expands your worldview, and it gives you something to say in every conversation. And let's be honest, smart is sexy. So alternate between fiction books and educational books. This way you learn both storytelling and immersive literature, and also how to keep bettering yourself in life. Here are a few good self-help book options. Here are a few good fiction book options. Personally, all of them my favorites. You can also join a book club or track your reading on Notion and Goodreads if you are, that anal about tracking. Next, you want to build a digital skill. You cannot rely just on your college degree anymore. So having a digital skill, whether it is design or content writing or video editing or Excel, gives you options, it gives you confidence, it gives you head start in the world. Spend 30 minutes a day or about 2 hours every single week on YouTube or Skillshare learning a skill. So things you can explore are online writing for articles, for scripts, for social media, for ads, content creation if you enjoy being online, basic coding, so Python, HTML, Java, all of that. Great even for non-tech people. Prompt engineering. Now this one is new, but it's very, very efficient. It's basically figuring out how to write the correct prompt for AI, and people who can do this well are going to be the future of work. Then there is video editing, not just the tool, but actually how to edit, what makes a good edit. And then you can use any of these skills to freelance, to help a college club, to start a side hustle while you're still in college. If you remember Sejal Kumar, she started her YouTube channel while she was in college, and that would not have been possible had she not learned everything. Next, you want to work on your communication skills. How you speak is way more powerful than how you look. Clear, confident communication makes people trust you. Whether you're in an interview, whether you're presenting a project, or whether you're just introducing yourself in a new group. Here's how you do that. Start small. Practice speaking clearly and slowly when you're answering in class. Record voice notes or short video diaries to watch your tone and body language. Join college clubs like drama, debate, theater, wherever you have to put yourself in a public place, essentially. And if you want a slightly lower pressure start, you can make a small IG page where you share your ideas, hobbies on camera, and you see yourself improve in real time. I have been seeing a lot of comments from you guys on my older YouTube videos where you go ahead and say that, oh my god, you improved so much. That is what happens with practice, you guys, right? Step number 4 of your mental glow up is to take yourself seriously, because confidence does not magically appear. It is built by showing yourself that you are worth taking seriously. You don't have to wait till your 30s to be that woman, right? You can start now by backing your ideas, by believing in your goals, by believing in yourself and your opinions. To do this, you set personal standards. Do not settle for half-baked friendships, ghosted DMs, or flaky behavior. Show up to your life like it matters. Dress well, even on regular days. Be on time, make lists, dream big. Learn how to handle rejection. It is not a reflection of your worth, it is just redirection. And speak kindly to yourself. Journal often and ask yourself what the best version of you would do today. This brings me to section number 5, which is your style glow up. Now, I feel like I say this a lot, but style is not just about fashion, it is about your presence. And when you start dressing in a way that reflects who you are and who you are becoming, something shifts. You walk differently, you feel seen, and you do not need to have a huge wardrobe. And the best part is that you don't need to have a huge wardrobe or follow every trend to be able to do this. You just need a few smart style principles. Number 1 is finding your uniform so that you never have to overthink your outfits, especially because in college, often you will not have the time to spend 3 hours playing dress up, right? You are rushing to class, you're running late for, dinner with your friends, or you're getting ready for a fest and standing in front of your cupboard thinking, I have nothing to wear. A personal uniform saves you from all of this and helps you feel effortlessly put together. So for this, you will create 3 to 4 outfit formulas that always work for you. For example, for me, this was oversized t-shirt with fitted jeans, kurti and palazzos and jhumkas, a quad set with hoops, a straight cut jeans with basic t-shirts and sneakers. And this will take a little bit of experimentation to figure out. Essentially, what you want to do is when you put together an outfit and it looks good and it gets a lot of compliments, that's a bonus. But if it feels good to you, you take a picture and you save it in a folder in your phone labeled outfits I will always wear. And this way you create 3 to 4 formulas like the examples that I just mentioned. You can also save them on Pinterest. I think on your phone's app is just easier to do. And that's it. You have your 4 formulas. So anytime you're confused about getting ready, anytime you feel like I don't have anything to wear, you whip up these photos and you pick something from that combination. Next thing to remember is that tailoring is more important than trend. The fit of your clothes can make a 500 rupee top look like a 5,000 rupee top. Honestly, it doesn't matter how expensive or trendy an outfit is. If it does not fit you well, you will not look elevated. So instead of trying to just keep spending money on the next trendy piece, find a good local tailor, especially for altering pants, dresses and kurtis. And right now, there are a dime a dozen, honestly. Make sure if you purchase something that's baggier, you get it cinched. You can do that with stitching, with belts, with brooches, with pins, with alterations. And make sure you always prioritize fit and comfort over trends. Because when you're comfortable and when something fits you really well, you will always end up looking more confident and prettier than somebody who's wearing something but you know they're not comfortable in. Next, you are going to accessorize like that girl. Accessories are the secret weapon of every girl who looks effortlessly stylish. It took me a long time to become friendly with accessories, but they take a basic outfit and they make it feel intentional, right? For this, you invest in 3 to 4 versatile accessories that you can wear again and again, and make sure they go with your skin tone, because that will ensure that you always feel like you're glowing from within. So a couple of accessories that I think every girl should have: small hoops or studs, 1 pair of big hoops because they look flattering on almost every face shape, a layered necklace. So again, you don't have to buy 1 layered necklace. You can buy 3 necklaces of different length and then layer them together whenever you want to wear them. And this way you have single necklaces and also a layered piece, a black and a nude tote bag, or a black or a nude tote bag depending on the budget that you have, a classic watch, and a pair of sneakers and a pair of flat sandals that go with most of the things in your wardrobe. In addition to this, make sure you have a fresh pair of socks whenever you're going out, a neat hair clip, a scrunchie, and all of these things can just tie in and add polish without trying too hard. Step number 4 of your style glow up is to pay attention to your hairstyle. Choose 2 to 3 signature hairstyles, stick to them. You do not need to do more. Now, I understand that a lot of girls want to experiment with their looks, but this video is more so like a guide on how to get started. You are free to experiment. If you want to do more than 3 hairstyles and you want to try 15 different, go ahead, be my guest. But if you don't want to do that, you should at least have 2 to 3 signature hairstyles that you can put together in under 5 minutes and have them ready no matter what you're doing, right? For me, that was a messy bun in college. I think I still do a messy bun to this day, and I've stopped putting in bobby pins and scrunchies, whatever. I just clip it on and that's it. My mom's go-to hairstyle for the longest time was a French bun. Looks really classy and works well with medium length hair. Now this brings me to section number 6, your emotional glow up. College is beautiful, but it can be an emotionally intense time because you're dealing with identity shifts, with academic pressure, with friendship changes, maybe your first heartbreak, and the chaos of figuring out who you are. Emotional glow-ups are all about building a safe inner world for yourself so that no matter what is going on outside, you can come back to yourself, you feel safe with yourself. For this, start by journaling 2 to 3 times a week if you don't do it regularly already. Journaling gives you clarity, it helps you stop overthinking, it helps you track emotional patterns and stay grounded when things feel messy. It's like cleaning your brain the way you would clean your room. You don't have to overthink your journaling setup. Just start with 1 notebook. If you want to do it digitally, you can start with a Notion doc or Word doc. Use simple prompts. You can find a list on Pinterest and try answering that. The 3 things that I always come back to is what's energizing me right now, what's draining me right now, and what do I need more of this week, right? You can also try a brain dump before bed, which is where you just sit with your journal before bed and you write down everything that's going through your head. It doesn't have to have a start or a finish. Nobody's ever going to read it. It's just there for you to unload. And if you are not the kind of person who wants to do a brain dump, you can do a 5-minute morning check-in. So every morning before you leave for college, write down in your journal for 5 minutes what you expect of the day, what you hope will happen, and a few things you're grateful for. Step number 2 of emotionally glowing up: build a life outside of academics. Your grades matter, but they're not your whole identity. Having hobbies, creative outlets, and slow, happy moments is very, very important. They are what help you stay mentally healthy and emotionally balanced. For me, that thing was art and photography in college. So Set aside 1 to 2, that's it, 1 to 2 hours a week for something that has no productive outcome. It could be painting, dancing, reading, editing, reels, writing, poems, baking, whatever it is, right? Romanticize the small things. Make like a solo date with yourself, a music playlist while walking, catching the sunset on your terrace. Also try and join a non-academic or community club. This is where you will feel a sense of belonging. You will connect with other people who feel the same way about a certain thing. Step number 3, and this is so important of your emotional glow up, is to detach from male validation. Now in college, it's very easy to base your confidence on who is texting you, who's noticing you, who you are dating. But the truth is your glow up accelerates the moment you stop seeking validation from people who do not even know how to value you or who have not learned how to value you, right? So here's a couple things I want you to do. Reflect on how you show up in relationships. Are you shrinking? Are you chasing? Or are you trying to prove your worth? If you're doing any of these things, that relationship is not worth it. Okay? Next, write down what you bring to the table. Is it your personality, your traits, your emotional strengths, your ambitions? And start treating your own opinion of yourself as more important than anyone else's. You do not need to hate men. You do not need to avoid love. Just stop thinking that your life begins when somebody else chooses you. Choose yourself first and all of this will happen automatically. And number 4, have non-negotiables. Your standards are your self-respect in action. Non-negotiables are not just rules, they're boundaries that tell people how to treat you. And when you have them, your energy stops leaking into the wrong places. Define 3 to 5 personal non-negotiables. Examples: I don't reply to disrespectful messages. Or if a friendship feels one-sided, I'm not going to invest my energy in it. Or I don't gossip, I protect my peace. These are non-negotiable. These were exactly my non-negotiables in college, and it really helped me navigate a very confusing time. Stick to them quietly. You don't need to explain it to other people. You don't need to argue about them. You don't need to defend them. They're yours, and that is what matters. So I'm quickly gonna wrap up section 7 of this video. I know it's getting long already, and that is your smart girl habits. Pretty is good, but smart and self-sufficient, that is what makes you a glowing, gorgeous woman. The most powerful glow up is when you become the kind of girl who knows what is going on in her own life, emotionally, financially, physically, digitally, okay? These are habits that build long-term peace, power, and preparedness. Number 1, track your spending. Most girls are not taught financial awareness growing up, but tracking where your money goes, even if it is just your pocket money or part-time earnings, gives you so much control, so much confidence, and a clear picture of your habits. It sets you up for success in the next 5 years. So use a simple tracker. You can do Google Sheets, or you can use, like if you use Androids, you can use an app like Walnut or Spendy. Divide your money into essentials, which is food and transport, fun, which could be coffee, clothes, going out with friends, and growth, which is your books, your courses, your savings. Review your spending at the end of every month or at the end of every quarter. There's no guilt surrounding this, just awareness. And then once you understand how you're spending your money, set small budgets for yourself. It could be to save 500 rupees a month for extras. It could be to start investing this money, you know, with an app. And basically all you need to do is practice sticking to it. Next, you want to get annual health checkups, girl. Your body is not just a vehicle, it's a home for you to invest in, to live in. I was in college when I discovered that I have PCOD, and thank you to my mom for taking me to the doctor to get checked. If she hadn't mentioned it, I would not have paid attention to my own health, to my own symptoms, but times are a lot more stressful today. My college was what? I got out of college 12 years ago now. So still relatively less stressful than what you guys are going through today. So make sure that you are on top of your health, you are figuring out what your symptoms are, and you are getting annual health checkups, which are hormonal panels, and just like a regular checkup with your doctor. Preventative care is smart girl care. Okay, so few things that you can get done once a year: basic blood work, which includes your CBC, LFT, KFT, and your vitamin D, B12, iron, thyroid, TSH, all of that. If you have irregular periods, if you get other symptoms like acne around your period, you get a hormonal panel blood. Make sure you track your cycle using apps like Flow, the Apple Health app, Clue, whatever it is that works for you. And do not ignore signs. If something feels off in your body, consult a doctor ASAP. Next, you want to cultivate a digital detox practice, because your nervous system was not built to scroll for hours every single day. This will overwhelm your mind, it will lower your focus, it will subtly trigger self-comparison and anxiety. So instead of letting that consume your life, start by designating one screen-free day or evening in a week for yourself. If you can't dedicate one whole day, a few hours every single week, go analog. Read an actual physical book, journal in a notebook, nap, sit in silence, talk to people, whatever it is, but turn off your, digital devices for that time. And every Sunday, do a digital cleanup where you unfollow accounts that drain you, where you mute noisy groups, where you delete junk photos, all of that jazz. It just helps you stay on top of your digital health continuously. And finally, you want to romanticize your solo life, right? If you are not already in a relationship, or if you are somebody who thinks that once you get into college, you want to get into a relationship, pause for a little and see how you can enjoy your life by yourself. A lot of girls grow up thinking that life begins when you find your partner, right? But falling in love with your own life is just as much a part of your glow up, right? Your life, your routines, your thoughts, your plans. How will you have time to discover all of that if you're continuously only in a relationship, right? So take yourself on a solo date once a month. It could be a cafe, a bookstore, art gallery. It could be free things like a picnic. Eat at your favorite spot alone without feeling weird. Sit with your own thoughts instead of reaching for your phone. Write letters to your future self. Create playlists for your moods. Hang out with your friends. Do things that are fun with them, and treat your room, your wardrobe, your lifestyle sacredly. Treat it like you are already living your dream life, even if it's on a budget. And when you do all of this, you start to understand what feels good to you, who you are without the label of a relationship. And once you start to understand this, you become a lot more mature when it comes to going into a relationship as well. You're not codependent, you are self-dependent, and you are with the other person because you both add to each other's lives. And that was it. That is how you glow up in college. Let me know if you think I missed something. I think I covered everything. If I had this guide when I was in college, I would have been wow, wow, boom, because in addition to being like a confident, smart kid, I also would have aced my appearance, and that would have been awesome. So go ahead, download the PDF. You can save this video. Start small if this feels overwhelming. You don't have to do everything all at once, and glow up on your own terms. It is not about becoming somebody else. It's about becoming the best version of you. And if you want more content like this, you already know that subscribe. Share this video with another girly who might be going to college soon, and I'm gonna see you guys very, very soon in the next one. Bye.